Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Got a little coffee. Slept good last night. Woke up at a decent time. Actually, normal time. I got up at uh, 3:40, which is uh, that's pretty normal for me to get up around 3:40. Boy, yesterday was a long day. Wow. Good morning, Denise, Trina. Good morning, Philip, Rico, Ben, JG, Sharon, Kim, Nick. Thank you, Nick. Better. Yesterday was a long day. I don't know if you guys were here yesterday morning, but woke up yesterday for some reason at like 1:10 in the morning. Today, slept all the way through. Actually, no, I didn't. Woke up at 12:45, but went back to sleep. So I got a decent night's sleep. So we should be more productive today. How's everybody doing? Good. Getting some coffee going. Watching these tropical storm hurricanes make their way towards the Gulf. Doesn't look like Marco is going to be anything too big, at least with regard to a hurricane. I understand it brought a lot of rain to parts of Florida, actually, Apalachicola. And it's not done yet. It's still getting closer, but it's dealing with a lot of wind shear. Hurricanes don't like wind shear. And then it's going to turn, at least the center of rotation, turn towards the west and go towards the Texas area, but shouldn't be a big deal. It's that Laura you got to watch. I'm going to try to look at some of the comments. Laura should be a hurricane. Probably, where are we at? Monday, probably by tomorrow. Tomorrow at this time, Laura could be a hurricane. And then it's off to the races with that thing. Let's see here. Morning coffee? I'm sorry. Well, I'll do this. Good morning, Stanley. I'll do this more often. Yeah. Denise had back issues last night. Not much sleep. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm telling you, that makes for a long day. You know, I guess when you're really young, you can go without sleep. But I don't know. I need. Hello, Titus. I need a decent 6 hours worth of sleep. JoJo, so you had a tough night sleeping? Armed military standoffs. Where the world's that at? Oh, in Wisconsin? What's going on in Wisconsin? Good morning, Gary from Kentucky. Good morning, Robert. Forever Trumper. Well, Denise, I hope that gets better. I know that is not any fun. My lower back, the left side, gives me issues every once in a while. Actually, what happened, I took a fall years ago off of a ladder. Oh, riots in Wisconsin. Okay. Anissa, good morning. Louisiana, Paradise, Texas. Paradise, Texas. Look, I have a feeling that this storm, good morning, guys, set courthouse on fire? No joke? Wow. Good grief. Swamp cabbage. Good morning. Good morning, John. Good morning, Amy. Now, Amy, yeah, but this is normal time for me. I normally get up around this time of day. I do. Beautiful 1,000-year-old redwood trees burned. I know, that's sad. Goofnut123 Games. Goofnut123 Games says nobody cares if you got sleep issues. That's a nice thing to say, Goofnut. Good for you. I bet you have a lot of friends, don't you, bro? Nobody wants to listen to your problems? Wow, you having a good day there? Bring some more on. What else you got to say? You're probably very lonesome, aren't you there, buddy? Sound like you got a lovely personality. About as lovely as pond scum. Blue Wizard from Scotland, UK. Love matters. Oh, they've never seen me get going. That's why I kind of stay out of it. Because I can be very unkind if I want to be. But I don't want to be. I prefer peace. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to be unkind to people. You guys are great. Wendy from South Carolina. Rammer? No, it's okay. Thank you. They're no problem. Brittany Crawford, peace and love. Yeah, that's the path we all need to take. Absolutely. Football, go Saints. Morning from Ottawa, Canada. Murphy's Law. I'm not spoiling you guys. Nah, you know, honestly, yesterday I just wanted somebody to talk to. I was up so early. I'm like, I'm going to talk to you guys. Wasn't complaining. It is what it is. Couldn't sleep. And it's just keeping it real. That's all. Last night was better, at least for me. I don't think I had any choice because I was so tired. It's all good. We got there. Double, good morning. Thank you. I'm drinking coffee with you, trying to get motivated. North Carolina, Asheville. Good morning, MM. Yeah, me too. Gonna try to have a productive day. Robert Mayfield. Gotta watch Laura. Yeah. Yeah, it's Alicia, good morning from Long Island, New York. Hello, Danny. Trying to keep up here best I can. Listen, guys, you know, do you guys remember Hurricane Michael? I know you do. Back it was just a couple of years ago in 2018. And Hurricane Michael was down in the same general area that Laura is actually going to be today, in the Cuba, excuse me, Cuba, Yucatan area. And Michael rapidly intensified, ultimately making landfall as a Category 5 storm. I'm not saying that Laura is going to be a Category 5, but I will say this. The potential's there because when Michael was in the Caribbean, Southern Caribbean, I'm sorry, the southern Gulf of Mexico, nobody thought it would be a Cat 5. Wasn't even discussed. And guess what? It rapidly intensified. In 24 hours, it went from a 1 to I think a 4. So seriously, Laura is one to watch for those that are living in the Gulf of Mexico. Good morning from Tennessee. I'm trying to keep up with you guys. Patrick, Paul, Michael was a bizarre storm. Jesus' power. Yes, it was. Good morning, North Dakota. That's Jessica. Michael was only 50 miles from my house. Yeah. I believe you, G. Michael, one thing to look for, I'll just tell you something you look for when you're watching these things on their satellite presentation. Like with Michael, there was a big absence of wind shear, and that thing reached way, way up into the sky. All right. So I knew it was going to gain a lot of strength because it had a lot of vertical energy. And you can just simply tell by looking at different satellite presentations that I look at about 10. And two of them that I saw, it was reflecting sunlight after sunset. So I knew right there, this thing is going to be an overachiever. In fact, I said that in my video. And it is what it is. I've just followed so many hurricanes over the years. I know little things to look for, little personality traits, at least with regard to satellites, because I've looked at so many over the years. I know certain things that can indicate it's going to be a very strong storm, and that was one of them. And I see it too with Laura. Morning coffee, meaning of Laura, victory and strength. Yeah, I think it's going to be a strong one. Good morning, John from North Carolina, North American Rattler. Good morning. Keep up the great work. That's Omar. Thank you, Omar. Yeah, that Michael was good morning, Lynn. How's it going, everybody? Trying to look through the comments here. Presto. Cindy, good morning. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad you stopped by. You know, good morning, Amy from Texas. Amy from Texas, if you're along the coast, especially in the Port Arthur area, Beaumont, Port Arthur, Beaumont. Here's the thing. Here's the thing with Laura, and I'll let you know what I'm seeing personally. And I haven't even really talked about it in video, but we'll talk about it here. Longer, couple of words, longer, stronger. If it's in the Gulf longer and it takes that westerly path, it's going to be stronger, which is going to make it go farther to the west. Okay? So if it gets into the Gulf of Mexico and weakens, then it's going to go north quicker, which I think we all know that follow hurricanes, usually storms without wind shear, when they enter the Gulf of Mexico, it's just something that they do. They get stronger. If it gets stronger, it's going to make it lean a little bit towards the left side of the cone. And the left side of the cone is in the Houston area. That's why I said Houston in my video, because and that's just my opinion, I anticipate it to get stronger. And if it gets stronger, it's going to stay to the left side of the cone. And then that part of the cone involves the Houston area, probably Port Arthur, probably Beaumont. But as we all know, the right side of the hurricane is the strongest. So let's say the eyewall were to make landfall in the Port Arthur area, then they would be dealing with a lot of storm surge, high winds, and of course, heavy rains. But everybody to the right side of that storm, which would be to the northeast of Beaumont. Then you're getting over to the Louisiana border, I think Lake Charles, and then on up into Baton Rouge. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. This storm here, wherever it does go, you know how forecasts go that are three or 4 days out. They always change. You know, they're going to change to some degree. This thing's going to be an inland issue with power outages and localized flooding, flash flooding in certain areas up into, probably Arkansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Illinois. Don't be surprised if we see more power outages like we saw with and I don't even know if we're all mispronouncing this, Isaias or Isaias. I don't know. But that storm And that one too was kind of an enigma. It was a tropical storm all up the eastern seaboard, and there were what at one point, I think nearly eight. What was it? 7 or 8 million power outages, and that's customers. Uh, it's just an unbelievable scene. Good morning, Peter. I'm trying to go back through some of these messages. King, I have some very compelling video of UFOs on my page. I've tried sitting. Um, well, I'd like to check them out. I'm always interested in that. JG from Galveston. Galveston could see this storm. Talking about Laura, Cleveland, Tennessee. Good morning, Sherry. We have to take it serious. Grateful Marco is only raining. Yeah, that's in Mobile, Alabama. Good morning from Monroe, Michigan. That's Douglas. James, good morning, James. Hope, I am 2.5 hours from Gulfport. Yeah, you're going to see a lot of rain in Gulfport for sure. Good morning from Oklahoma, Cosmic Hillbilly. Good morning, Sherry. Good morning, Simi. Good morning, Brendy. Good morning, Affected by Grace. Affected by Grace, your mom is in Houston. Listen. Oh, good morning from Switzerland. Good morning, everybody. If your mom is in Houston, um, hmm. All right, today's Monday. Um, I don't know. Just remember, longer is stronger. The longer that storm is in the Gulf of Mexico, the stronger it's going to get and the better chances it has of going to Houston. So, or at least the Houston area, okay? If the storm goes into the Port Arthur area, that's going to put Houston on the left side of the storm, which the left side of all storms is typically weaker. So, it should be okay. Um, don't know. We'll have to wait and see for sure. But I still feel some sort of a Texas landfall. Then I think there's one way off the coast of Africa, another tropical wave that's headed this way, and that's where a lot of these storms start. You guys already know that, but back in 2017, that's where Irma started. Watched it come off the west coast of Africa, and it made a 4,000-mile journey, ultimately being a Cat 5. Good morning, Marty. Good morning, Space Cow. Good morning, Coach from Sandusky, Ohio, Hazard, Kentucky, Southwest Louisiana. Clear skies so far from Ken. Thanks for the report. And you know what? More than likely, it's going to be like that all day. Yeah, you should have a decent day there. It looks like the rain is being pushed over into the Florida Panhandle right now. The central low of the storm, and Marco's very small anyway, but the low and the winds, which aren't going to be that bad, should come over to your area in southwest Louisiana. You're welcome, Misty. Calvin E. Good morning, Chris. Trying to get through a lot of these. Good morning, guys. Blue Wizard in the UK. Desert Mariposa from New Mexico. Maria, Finland. I got a little bit of light on, but I'm not going to turn on too much light, guys. It's too early in the morning. I turned that light on over there to get a little more light. But yeah, be prepared, not scared. Yeah, you just be prepared. That's all. This is just part of our experience on Earth. There's hurricanes, there's tornadoes. It's how Earth rolls, and we have to roll with it. I find all that stuff myself, very fascinating. I don't like to see people's lives disrupted because of storms. That's the last thing I like to see. I don't like to see that. And you don't see me report on that very often. I mean, sometimes it's just unavoidable, but I will talk about the storms and the mechanics of storms and where they go, but I don't like to spend a lot of time looking at, somebody's home that's been overwhelmed with floodwater. I mean, you know, I feel sorry. I feel bad for them. Hello, Eric from Quebec. Um, I'm in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Where are the riots? I know someone just said there were riots in Wisconsin. Um, Good morning, Mr. Harmonic C from Maryland. Sacramento, Nitro. Good morning, T. Kerr. Good morning, Truth Warrior from Ohio. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Good morning, American Jen. Good morning, Andrea. Good morning, Bonnie, Marty, Missy. Love Matters. Cool. Good morning, Jeff. I'm sorry if I missed some of you guys. There's a lot in here. Good morning, Lanny from New South Wales, Australia. All right. Toledo, Ohio. That's Susan. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, MM. Bonnie from Canada. Yeah, it is peak hurricane season, Tim. You bet. Peak hurricane season is right now. Absolutely. So I think we'll easily get through the list of names, for the 2020, especially on the Atlantic side. We'll get through the list of names like we did in 2005. 2005 went through every name in the initial list for that year. And most of the time, you don't even get through half of the list of names. So it's pretty rare to get through all of the names. Like right now, we're going through two of the names, check off the list. So we're checking off L and M, and then the next one, which there is something over off the coast of Africa. It's a long ways away, but that's where Irma started. Irma started right there, and it made the entire journey 4,000 miles, which a lot of them have. But that could very well be the N named storm. So more than likely we'll be entering the Greek alphabet this year with regard to Atlantic basin tropical storms. Yes, the Greek alphabet. And that is so rare. But it's also so 2020, you know what I mean? And you guys can all resonate with that. 2020 has been quite unusual. Good morning, Blanca from Houston, Texas. All right. Keep your eyes out there on that Gulf, okay? Yep. Kenosha, Wisconsin, Jesus' power. I gotta see what's going on up there in Wisconsin. Didn't know. A lot of stuff going on. Good morning, Jock of Ages, Scotland, UK. Good morning, Trini O'Neill from South Australia. Michael from Beaumont, Texas. Oh, that's me. Good morning, Michael. Sorry, that's William from Beaumont, Texas. William? Be ready, William. Be ready, buddy. Yes, sir. Beaumont could see a landfall. Yes, sir. Beaumont, Port Arthur. This thing could landfall right there. Could. I'm not saying it will, but it could. Yes, sir. As possibly a major hurricane. But again, today's only Monday. That wouldn't happen until potentially Wednesday. And again, the stronger it gets, it's going to take a longer path across the Gulf. It should. And then a longer path is going to put it more into the Texas zone, which would be in the Houston area, potentially, maybe Houston, Port Arthur, in that Beaumont area. I don't know. No, at this point, nobody knows, nobody knows. That's just my opinion. That's what I kind of see unfolding based off of multiple observations. I don't just make stuff up. I look at different aspects of the atmosphere, wind shear, the storm itself. Obviously, the warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico are applicable. That's a base. You got the warm waters. That ain't changing. Well, the only thing that can change are the atmospherics above the water. The low level wind shear, the upper level wind shear, dry air, position of high pressures and low pressures. There's many things involved, of course, and those are the steering currents that make these storms, go where they go. But I think strengthening will be pretty substantial here in the next 36 hours. Okay, this is a message. I'm reading. Michael, did you see on YouTube a new video of a Russian astronaut recorded a sphere? I did. I saw that. And, one of the first things that came to my mind, well, what I saw wasn't necessarily a sphere. It was like a string of lights off in the distance. And I thought to myself, is that the Starlink satellites? Or some version of the Starlink satellites? That's one of the things that came to my mind. Because I've seen a lot of things, over the years that are recorded from the ISS live cam that were just simply reflections. No joke. I'm not saying that was, but yeah, it was pretty neat. And I thought that for a second, when I first saw it, that it looked like part of maybe the Starlink system. Yep. Good morning, Laura A. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Frank from the Netherlands. A neat bear raider. Yep. Good morning, Private 812, my selection from Germany. You know what? I was in Germany when I was a little boy. I was over there when I was 4 years old. For 4 years old, actually, I was over there from 4 to 5. And I started kindergarten when I was over there. And I had to take kindergarten twice. Once I got back to the States, I had to take kindergarten again. Hope Avera. Hope everybody have a great day. Stay safe out there. You're welcome, Avera. Good morning, John. Good morning, Chris. I don't like to hear that about Wisconsin. Sydney. All right. What's up, Peter? Good morning, Dennis. Can I tell you guys something? If you wear these masks, yeah, that's Starlink. I don't quite understand everything about all that Starlink stuff. I mean, they're literally interfering with universities and observatories' view of the pristine night sky in these areas, and that's why they built these observatories in these areas of like Chile and on the volcanoes in Hawaii. I mean, there's several around the world, and these Starlink satellites are flying right in, just like right here, right in the field of view, disrupting high priority research. And it's okay. And it's like, wow. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think we get told the truth about a lot of things. Goofnut123 Games. Good morning from Texas. Stephanie from Galveston. Keep your eye on that Laura, Stephanie. Good morning from Louisiana, Kathleen. Looking pretty good right now in Louisiana. But, yeah, that could change. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you guys. if you're wearing these masks, which I know everybody on here has worn a mask, here recently at one time or another, but it can affect your voice if you wear it for extended periods of time. One thing I'll recommend, I do it myself, or I wouldn't recommend it, is gargle with sea salt water after you wear a mask. Okay, I'm just saying it does seem to help. My wife met a lady the other day that her voice was affected from wearing a mask all day long at work, and it's just gargle with sea salt water if you can. Not just salt water, sea salt water. No masks in West Australia, really? Okay. Good morning, Leanne from Michigan. Good morning, Angela from Anderson, Missouri. No mask. Okay. I really don't get out too much, but when I do, I kind of, you know, yeah, I do wear one when I go to the grocery store. That's about the only place I ever go. But I do notice that wearing a mask, it just doesn't feel, especially those cloth ones. Um, it's just not good, you know. So I gargle with sea salt as soon as I get home. Exactly, Frank. They're depriving your body of oxygen, so you're breathing in what you exhale, and that's not good. Good morning from White House, Texas, Maryland. Um, yeah, I don't know. I have mixed emotions about this. You're right. Sky changes, and they that was said from the very beginning. Oh, the only thing that can do you any good with regard to virus protection is the N95. And then next thing you know, everybody's wearing cloths around there, and handkerchiefs, bandanas. Like what? So yeah, I don't know. That's a whole other topic. I don't want to get into that, but I'm just saying, you know how you feel after you wear a mask for a little while. Just gargle with sea salt. That's all. Good morning, Sandy from New Zealand. Yeah, some states, and that's the thing here in the states, they have it mandatory, and in some areas, and then other areas it's not. So it's like my way of thinking, if it's not mandatory everywhere, it's more than likely not going to work. So why make it mandatory in one place and not another? All right. Sky changes. If you must wear one, poke a pinhole in it. Yeah. Watcher, YouTube does not send me your updates anymore. You know what? It doesn't even send them to my wife. No. I can upload a video. A couple hours later, my wife will say, "Are you going to upload a video today?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I already did." She goes, "Well, I didn't know it." Doesn't even notify my own wife. I don't know. I have no idea, guys. I don't know about that. But that's why I always just, casually remind everybody in a video to double check your subscribe button and double check that bell, because for whatever reasons, and I don't want to get into it, I don't know. I've had dozens and dozens and dozens of people tell me that they've been unsubscribed and the bell has been turned off, and they didn't do it. I had a lady, in fact, I screenshotted the email. I had a lady the other day tell me that my videos, she wasn't getting notified, number one. And then when she did go to my channel, my videos, at least two, were on private. And I didn't set them on private. So I don't know. All right. Thank you, Bonnie. Yeah, this Laura, it increased a little bit because it's staying south of Cuba. So the center of rotation is just offshore of the island of Cuba. And today, let's see, is it today? Yeah, today or tonight, it will be just past the island of Cuba. It will be away from wind shear and it will be entering the Gulf of Mexico. And I think just a few hours, you got to remember that's in that same general area that Michael was at. So there's also a Gulf Stream current there that the waters are exceptionally warm. So that's kind of what gave Michael that boost. That thing, I mean, it was an overachiever. So this one here, it'd be interesting to see once it gets past Cuba, no land interference whatsoever. And even though the eye wall is off of the land of Cuba, it's still, is maintaining a decent satellite presence. You can definitely see it's encountering some wind shear because it's not perfectly round. And when you see a hurricane on a satellite presence that's not perfectly round in circulation, then that's your number one indicator of wind shear. One that's perfectly round is a machine that has no wind shear interference. Good morning, Scotty King David, Calvin, Shadowbird. Hey, what's up, buddy? You got coffee too? I've known Shadowburn for a long time. Shadowburn is from the Dallas, Texas area. Shadowburn, you know what, bud? You'll see some rain probably by the end of the week. Yep. Not from this Marcos. Marco, boy, it encountered a lot of wind shear. Thank you, Queso. Happy days in Manitoba. Angela, Tampa, Florida. Good morning, Angela. Good morning, the gentleman. Salty Army loves Michael, North American Rattler. Thank you, guys. Eminem, Nini says, Australia. Live north of Beaumont. Oh, hearts are wild. Okay, that's a good question. Wow, that's a very good question. Well, listen, it depends on the strength of this thing. If it does become a major hurricane, like a Category 3, and it's making a beeline towards Port Arthur, Beaumont, you're going to see power outages and flooding. I don't know. Yeah, you definitely want to keep an eye on that if you're in Beaumont. And I don't want to tell you one way or another. I want you to make that decision on your own because you can make a better informed decision than I can for you in that area. But you need to keep a close eye on this thing for sure. Okay, especially in the Beaumont area. Lake Charles, Port Arthur. Thank you, Murphy's Law. I know it's not much, but I appreciate all. Well, thank you. That's very kind. Please show more of Canada. All right, happy days. I will. And you know what? I love you guys in Canada. You guys are always sending me awesome photos. Got a Team UV member, Darren, over in Abbotsford, Canada, which is in British Columbia. And he is very, very precise and timely with his readings. He sends them to me at the same time, every other day is what we've been doing. And the UV readings, just general UV, UVA and B that we deal with on ground level at the 50-degree north latitude up in British Columbia sometimes, and in some cases, I would say a majority of the time, the UV was higher in British Columbia than it was down here in the desert. Isn't that something? Consistently, no joke, consistently. Good morning, Sir Fishy 888. Thank you, it's very kind. Good morning, the Beautiful Human Project, Salt Lake, Utah. Bugsy or Bugs Bunny. Ninja Bot Handyman. It's Brady from Salt Lake. Oh, Brady from Salt Lake, you sent me some photos. I've got some photos from you, if I'm not mistaken. Look, I go through, on average, and it depends, but I go on average, and I do these personally, between 1,000 and 2,000 emails a month myself. So if you get a response from an email, and I know some of you don't because I haven't been able to get to them all lately. I'm just being honest with you guys. They come from me. I go through those personally. And I go through between 1,000 and 2,000 new photos. Good morning, Guy from Salt Lake. Every month, 1,000 to 2,000. I keep a folder each month, and at the beginning of each month, I start a new folder, like the one right now says August 2020. Let's see, July 2020, there were 1,900 emails that I went through personally myself. So I spend so much time each day going through emails. Christopher Lowe, I get pictures from Christopher, and Christopher Lowe is from, if my memory serves me correctly, now remember I'm dealing with thousands of people a month, different people. Christopher Lowe is from West Virginia, right? And you do send me good pictures, you're right. Yes, sir, but there it is, West Virginia. I remember you, Christopher. Your pictures are very good. Keep up the good work. No evacuations here in Houston yet. Hopefully there won't be. It all depends. It all depends. If this storm, remember, longer is stronger. So the longer it stays in the Gulf, the stronger it could potentially be. And the longer it stays in the Gulf, the more left of the track it's going to be. And the more left it goes in that track, in that cone, then that's going to put Houston more in the potential landfall, or at least the Houston area, okay? The Houston area, that Beaumont and Port Arthur are something that I've been looking at very close, okay? So have a plan. That's all I can say, is just have a plan if you're in those areas. Absolutely. I would have a plan. And here's just a little something to think about. If you think that you're going to be in a flood prone area, and hopefully none of you will. I don't want anybody to go through that. That's no fun. But did you know that your dishwasher, the inside of your dishwasher, can keep a small amount of your documents, or just things in general? The inside of your dishwasher, put things inside there that you don't want to get wet, that'll fit, obviously, and then close it, because the dishwasher has a watertight seal. And you could put things in there if your place flooded, and they would stay dry for the whole duration of the flood. Thank you, Cass. Or happy days. That's very kind. That's very kind. South Louisiana here. Shadow woke. Shadow woke. You can see a few inches of rain, but as far as like Marco being a major situation, Marco's always been very small, you know, but that doesn't necessarily mean where it impacts it, it can't have a big impact. But the shear basically took Marco and took the top of the thunderstorms, the thunderstorm tops, off of the center of rotation. So the thunderstorms are, right now as we speak, are going into the Florida panhandle area, Alabama, Mississippi, and then they're going to slowly turn into Louisiana throughout the day. But yeah, it's not going to, I don't think it's going to be a major issue. Yeah, there's Christopher Lowe. Oh yeah, another good idea, Christopher, is the fridge. You know, they're airtight, they're watertight. Things that, you know, if you have to evacuate, obviously take your most important things, but things that you can fit inside of a fridge or a dishwasher, why not? Put them in there. You got nothing to lose, you got everything to gain. Put it in there. If it doesn't flood, great. Take them out and they're still going to be good. Hi, Abigail. Abigail Gunnis. Blanca. See there, Blanca, the dishwasher. It's just I don't know, something to think about. Hopefully you won't need it. Florida, love always. Thank you, Diana P. Jacqueline, Michael Tompkins. Thank you, Cass. That's really cool. That's Bonnie. You like the morning coffee, Bonnie? I'll keep it up. I will. I'll do it. I won't do it necessarily every day. I'm not going to say I'll do it every day, but I'll do it a few times a week. I like to do it because this is what I do. I get up in the morning. I spend basically the first hour sitting right here of my day drinking coffee, which is about time to go get another cup. I have about 3 cups. I only drink about maybe 2 because I don't like it when it gets cold. See, like that. Ay, that's cold. I don't like cold coffee. Unless it's a caramel frap. I like caramel fraps, you bet. Heidi Franco. You going back to bed, Heidi? Good night. God bless. Abigail. Have an awesome day, Abigail. You too. Good morning, Acts 412. Good morning to you. And from the West Coast, no coffee yet? Well, we're going to walk over and get another cup of coffee here in just a second. Joseph, good morning. Thank you, Cass. That's Bonnie. God be here. Hello, Mr. B. Thank you for all your great work and videos. They really have excellent content. Keep up the good work. From Sheffield, England. You're welcome. Take care, Shadow Burned. Have a good day down in Texas, buddy. I've known Shadow Burn for probably 8 years, something like that. All right, guys, I gotta get some more coffee. Here we go. I'm walking here, ski. This cold coffee is ay. So basically what I do is I pour myself like a half a cup. Because I don't like to waste it. Because when it gets cold, I don't drink it. Nope. Let's see how hot this is here. Nice and hot. Yeah, that's good. I'll drink about half of this, and then that'd be it for the day. I go to water. And then water all day long. I like it piping hot. Dennis McKinney. Nala Miller, Spokane, Washington. Good morning, everybody. Kiri-Ann Clissold, you having a cup too in Australia? Good morning. London, UK, Joe, Pat Gilmore, May, Planet X, by Felicia. Lots of fans in Texas. Thank you, Jacqueline, Isabella, Annie. I'm just trying to go through a lot of these here. Yeah, you guys in Texas, especially East Texas, along the coastal areas, just remember, longer is stronger with this Laura. And if it stays in the Gulf longer, it'll probably drift a little farther to the west, potentially. I'm not saying it will. Nobody knows, at this point. We'll see what it does when it gets in the Gulf of Mexico. That will tell the tale. Probably by Tuesday, today, yeah, well, in 24 hours, let's just say, in 24 hours, we'll be able to see where this thing is potentially going to make a possible landfall. Still a ways out, but that gives it more time to strengthen. Do you know these things are heat engines basically? You know what? That's what they actually do. We call them hurricanes, but what they're trying to do, they they just form. They're a natural function of the Earth. After a long hot summer, these things move heat from the equator. Even though hurricanes don't form at the equator, they move summer heat around that's above the equator, and they try to transport it around to keep balance, a natural balance, in not only the northern hemisphere, but the southern hemisphere. If you'll notice, the same thing happens in the southern hemisphere late summer. That's why. And the reason hurricanes don't form at the equator is because of the Coriolis effect. They can't. The rotation of the Earth doesn't allow for that. Good morning, Nails Hope, Christopher. Turd Ferguson, it was here in 2018. I've seen it with my naked eye. Walton, Kentucky. Okay. Somebody just sent $10. Who was that? Oh, hi, Ann. Stars were awesome in Seattle. New $20 picks them up night mode. Have a great day. Thank you, Ain. Good morning, Amy. Good morning, Isabel from Minnesota. M. Reed, Michael, I'll try you once more. Did you see giant triangle anomaly over Phoenix caught on radar a few days ago? I did, yes. And do you know, M. Reed, I've actually seen two sitting right out back here drinking coffee, just like I am right now, but I was doing it outside. And maybe one of these mornings we'll go outside and do it when the skies are really clear. And I was just sitting out there looking at the stars. I wasn't thinking about anything else. I was tired. I was still trying to wake up. And next thing you know, went right over me. That quick. Yeah, it was a big triangle, no doubt. Like I said, it looked like a flying Costco. It was that big. No joke. So I know they're real. There's no doubt in my mind. I'm 100% sure of it. And when I saw it, I wasn't spooked out by it at all. I found it very fascinating. But my question I had, like a couple of minutes later after I was trying to process everything that I'd just seen, why so big? You know, why was that thing so big? That's all. That's the truth. Went right over my head, right out here. That's the honest to God's truth. It happened at 5:18 a.m. I'll never forget it. In fact, not far from now. Time-wise, it's about 5:15. It was 5:18 a.m. I'll always remember that. But my question was, why so big? It was huge. And I may have been looking right at it for a few seconds and didn't even know it until it tilted like that. When it tilted to turn to go south, that's when I saw it. Not when it was like that, it tilted. Yeah, pretty neat. Yep, and I wasn't looking for anything. I was just sitting there having coffee. Just like today. No different. Good morning, Diana. Diana Hampton. Get you some coffee and come on back. And it could have been a TR3B version of that. I don't have any idea. No. Oh, the giant Happy Days, the giant asparagus plant stopped growing. It reached 136 inches tall, blossomed out into what looked like broccoli, pieces of broccoli spears. They haven't flowered out yet. And then it started to lean, in fact, like that. It's leaning. It got top heavy. That's really about all it's done. It has not grown anymore at all, at least vertically. Texas, where are we at here? I just saw Texas. Good morning. Somebody's got 7 hearts on there. Good morning. I can't translate that. I will though. Good morning to you. Thank you for the 7 hearts. Um, Tyler, Texas. Dennis Waller. Just be ready in Texas. Does it give seeds, Jimmy Mack? I don't know, Jimmy. This is the first time I've ever seen that particular plant in all these years ever sprout anything like that. From what I understand, those are common, especially they're common in Texas. I did some research. There's a lot of those in Texas. And it was just odd because it grew so fast. Never seen anything grow that fast. Yep, grew very fast. It's pretty fun to watch, really. Good morning, UT Bird. Thank you. You're very kind. Jimmy Fizzy from Seattle. Joe Awesome. Bear Raider. Jesus' power over evil. Rebel Cause. Rebel Cause, how's your lemon tree? Yours never bloomed. Good morning from Central Florida, Mickey Mouse. Good morning, Ginger. Good morning, Kel. Good morning, Jack. Good morning, Mike from South Bend. Good morning, Sherry. Yeah, the asparagus stopped growing. The lemon tree. Um, the lemon tree bloomed. In fact, not too long ago, we were picking lemons off of it. And they were perfectly normal. The tree was perfectly fine. That tree has experienced many, many summers right here in the desert. It's no stranger to high temperatures, you know what I mean? In fact, it's seen hotter. But for some reason, it shriveled up and it still looks the same. It's right over there. Really weird. And it happened super fast, super fast. So I don't know. Hopefully it'll reblossom. Hopefully it'll reblossom. Yeah, I got a video coming today, Fred. Probably, what was it, 5:18? Probably around noon. Good morning, Blossom Bloomer from Shawnee, Kansas. Good morning, Cheryl from Paradise, California. Good morning, Johnny Quest, Big Johnny Quest from Jamaica. How's the sunflower tree doing? From Going for God Mobile, and you're from upstate New York. Are you talking about the asparagus? That it stopped growing. It reached 136. The sunflowers out here, um, they too went through their life cycle, and they're now leaning over. For the most part, all dried up, and that's what you expect with the sunflowers. Right now, I'm waiting on the heads to seed because we want the sunflower seeds. So they did really good. They did great, and they were all we planted. My son did. I helped him, but it was his idea. He wanted to do it. He's a gardener. But we planted. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 8 or 9, and they were all unique in their own way. Yeah, and they all came from the same pack. They all came from the same pack, and they were all different, slightly different, one from the other. But they did great. They really did. Yeah, it doesn't look like this Marco's going to do too much. Good morning, Eric from Southwest Florida. Hi, Bruce from New Zealand. Oh, thank you, Diana. Diana P. Sky changes. Yeah, it looks like a lot of the rain's going into the Florida Panhandle from which I think now it's a tropical storm, Marco. It's not even a hurricane anymore. So that one shouldn't be problematic, at least like a big hurricane would be. Good morning, Ilsa. Yeah, Marco, it's just a tropical storm now. DJ from Victoria, Australia. Country Chris, Age of Aquarius. Gary Henninger, good morning, guys. Bo Hayes from Northern Idaho, good morning. Good morning, Kel. Good morning, Red Hawk. None of your pumpkins or watermelon bloomed this year? Boy, that is so strange. We had, check this out. We had watermelons. My son planted them right out back. They did pretty well. And check this out. They're blooming twice. Isn't that weird? They had the initial bloom. Once they matured, vined out, produced probably 5 good watermelons total. Started to dry up. And guess what? They're reblossoming again. It's like the ecosystem is going through some changes. You know, I didn't notice the Fibonacci spiral too much in my sunflowers like I have in the past. Mm-mm. I haven't talked about that yet, but I didn't see the Fibonacci spiral too much like I have in the past. But that's a whole nother subject. Right now we're gonna focus on these. Actually, the second one, this Laura, Winder, Georgia, Gary, love always. Valeria, Baldwin, DKL, Bugs Bunny, April, Christopher Lowe, Eric James, Tina Ortiz, Lily Wheatfield from Spanish Fork, Utah. Good. Got to wear a mask all day in the school. If you feel it's starting to affect your voice, Lily, it's just a simple kind of gargle with sea salt. That's what we do. That's what we do, and it seems to kind of help a little bit because it can affect your voice. You know, be careful, you know, that's all. Lots of Utah people. All right. Well, listen, guys, I'm going to get my day going. I had coffee, been on here for, looks like about an hour. That's what I like to keep it at. So I'm going to hop off here, get my day going, try to get a bead on this tropical storm, soon to be Hurricane Laura, and see exactly what it's up to today. So I want to thank everybody for stopping by. Thank you for your donations. That's very kind. Thanks for having a cup of coffee with me, and God bless you all. Have a great day.